Hey King Gamers, welcome to King Game Review. David here, and I have a quick video here today for you guys about a little game I like to call Dead Space 3. That's right, this game came out today, and it's a sequel to another little game I like to call Dead Space 2, which is a sequel to another little game I like to call Dead Space 1, which is a sequel to another little game I like to call Resident Evil 4? I don't know. Anyway, we're not here to talk about those. They're fine. Yeah, Dead Space 3 came out today, and so far I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, I do not understand all the hate for this game. It has been a blast so far. It feels like it's taking all the best parts of the first two games and just enhancing them. The gameplay's been cleaned up. The graphics are incredible. The sound is still good. The atmosphere and the environments are just, you really have a sense of scale and really feel like you're there. I haven't played Dead Space 2 in a while, probably since a couple months after it came out, but I recently played Dead Space 1 last week. I finished it just a few days ago. Because I hadn't played it probably since 2008 when it came out, maybe early 2009, but I recently played through that game again, and it's still a really good game, but so far I'm having more fun, I think, with Dead Space 3. I never thought of the series as like a straight-up survival horror game where you're supposed to get scared, so I've never really been too scared at these games. They're more like jump scares, and they more will go for the gore, gross-out factor with creepy enemies, but it's always been more action-based. And this definitely feels that way, but doesn't feel out of place. It just feels like the other two games. Dead Space was never trying to be something creepy like Silent Hill or Fatal Frame or something. It was, you know, came out after Resident Evil 4, so it's trying to be a more action-oriented horror game, which I feel like they put action first, and where you just fight creepy, gory enemies, which is fine with me. It feels more like a summer blockbuster horror movie instead of like those actually creepy, scary, you know, independent or, you know, cult films. These games just feel like a, you know, silly zombie movie or something. It's just fun to play. Sometimes you'll get scared by some jump thing or something will be creepy and you're like, ew, gross, but most of all, you're just running around shooting stuff, and it's fun. This game, the combat is very polished, and every encounter is a blast. You don't pick up power nodes anymore, you pick up different parts of your weapons, and you completely customize every gun you have. There's two, you can have like an upper barrel and a lower barrel. It can be two completely different guns. You can have a, you know, line gun with a flamethrower underneath if you want, or a machine gun with a shotgun. You can combine two guns basically. But then there's another screen with the upgrades, which are basically like the power nodes. You can upgrade the different stats of the gun, but you can't just upgrade them all willy-nilly. You have to find the parts first. Once you find a part hidden throughout the game, then you unlock that part, and you can use different drops to create more of those later. There's different different like scrap metal and conductors and stuff like that to build different parts for your guy. So yeah, there's lots of different guns. There's lots of different suits that you can upgrade. And there's also different like special suits. Like I got a special N7 armor just for having a Mass Effect 3 save on my hard drive, so that was pretty cool. There's also special weapons and armor upgrades that you get for completing certain tasks, like beating the game or finding all the audio logs or doing all the optional missions. That's right, there are optional missions in this game. It's not completely linear like the first two were. You can actually explore. There are hidden areas with, you know, unlockable stuff. There's optional objectives which usually reward you with more upgrades for your guns, but it keeps track of all this, each chapter by chapter, how many unlockable or how many hidden objectives you've done. I played this game for almost 3 hours today. A little bit was co-op at the beginning, and the co-op seemed to be integrated in really well. There's no AI controlled co-op partner, so when my co-op partner left, I was just alone. He wasn't replaced by some crappy AI I had to wait around for, which is amazing That was a huge issue with especially Resident Evil 5, because Sheva was pretty dumb most of the time. You're just sitting around waiting for her to use up all your items and then let you die. Yeah, that doesn't happen in this game. Which is nice. There are, however, co-op only sections. I was exploring and I found a door that just said co-op on it, and since I was playing alone at the time, I couldn't open the door. So there are co-op specific optional objectives, which I guess is okay. It was a little irritating that I couldn't do it by myself. So I'll have to go online and do that with someone. I'm playing on normal mode, and the difficulty so far seems about the same as the other ones. I never really struggled in the other Dead Space games except for on the harder difficulties, so this is about the same. I'm just going, pretty much flying through it, not having too many issues. I've died a couple times from instant deaths, but there haven't been too many instances. You just, sometimes they sneak up on you or something. Another change in this game is the zero gravity sections. You can just turn on like your thruster boots and fly around, which is great. You don't have to jump from surface to surface anymore. I can't remember if Dead Space 2 had that since I haven't played it in a while, but Dead Space 1 definitely did not. The air supply is back, but the air supply is much greater than before, so you're not like super stressed out about running out of air, which I guess is nice. It still puts a little bit of time limit on there, but it's not nearly as short as it used to be. But yeah, I'm trying not to talk too much about the story because I don't want any spoilers since the game just came out today. Also with the gameplay I'm showing, I'm just trying to show random like fights or exploring, not any cutscenes or story related things because I don't want to give anything away. But yeah, this game, I don't understand why people are saying anything negative about it. It feels just like the first two. There's no radical changes. It's a lot of fun. The graphics are awesome. The music is awesome. The sound is great. The enemies are all basically the same enemies as we're used to. So far, I haven't noticed any radical changes there either. I mean, if you've played the first two games, you'll instantly be okay with this game. You'll know what's going on. So far, the mood, the setting, all this stuff feels the same. It feels like a Dead Space game. There aren't any huge changes. It feels good. It feels right. If you've liked the first two Dead Space games, especially probably the second one, I would definitely go ahead and at least try this one. Download the demo. It's free. You can at least try it out. I'd say the demo is probably halfway through the game at least because I haven't seen that area yet. And I'm on chapter 6, chapter 7, somewhere in that area. And it looks like there's like 19 chapters in this game. It's on 2 discs, which I was surprised about. One thing to note, it looks like they took out the online versus mode, which is a little disappointing because I had a lot of fun with that in the second game, but it also got unbalanced really fast. If it's in there, then, my bad. But yeah, that's how I feel about this game. I think it's really fun. I'm really enjoying it so far. If you guys have played it, put me or write a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I'd like to know what you guys think. We could talk about it. Go to our Facebook page. We can have a little conversation about it there. Sure, I would love to hear you guys' opinions. Yeah, I like it. And you should too, unless you're a little picky pants Magoo. And you shouldn't be that, because that's weird. I might make another video after I've beaten the game once or twice, let you know some final thoughts. This is just a first impressions video since I've only played it a couple hours. So, keep that in mind. But first impressions are good. This game so far is awesome. That's it for now. I'll talk to you guys next time on King Game Review. Later.